do Solar One Sci-Fi Podcast.
I was starting now. Right. Hello and welcome to this week's Solar One Sci-Fi Podcast, episode 206. And over in the far corner is Coquelin, aka Michael Ball. Down underneath me is Malcolm. He always has an amazing backdrop every week of the actual subject. He does. Every week he has the subject, you know. So, and this week we're going to be talking about Arrival and any science fiction news that's coming up and debating the most ridiculous of things. So,
and of course,
over to you guys.
When I used to do the backdrops, I used to change them. I used to have the bus station, didn't I, in the Isle of Wight bus station.
I missed that. I
still got some somewhere. I'm fucking quickly find it.
I like the hovercraft.
Yeah, the ride, isn't it?
Yeah.
Esplanade.
Look very futuristic.
Choose video filters. I'll do it out on the cuff of as we're doing it. Actually, I don't know if I've gone actually. I'll try and do it while we're talking. So obviously we're going to do Arrival, which I did rewatch over the weekend, and I did enjoy it. But of course, I know that I think Malcolm, you said that you just watched it, didn't you, as well?
Yep.
Get really watched and see what you think about that. And Martin, when did you last see it?
Can I lie?
Yeah, go on.
I saw it an hour ago.
This is the one. How about the Doctor Who background avatar?
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off, man. Fuck off. I saw it about 4 years ago. I've been very busy this weekend. I saw Gladiator 2 on Sunday.
What was it like? Do you like it?
Yeah, I was surprised, actually. It was quite enjoyable. I'm a big fan at first. Very clever how it linked up. It was all right. It's not as good, but it's Ridley Scott all over.
Was it a straight-to-video effort, though? You know, should it have just gone straight?
The story should have done, but the film itself, the action, I mean, riding rhinos and getting sharks in Colosseums never really happened.
No.
But
so it's pending.
Well, the sharks, no, but they do think they flooded the Colosseum. Somebody did the engineering to work out how they would have done it, how they could have got that amount of water there without pumps.
They couldn't have put sharks in there. No.
I mean, we can't even put sharks in an aquarium without it dying, not the big one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They've got to keep moving, haven't they?
We'll get straight to video. Have you seen the new trailer for Star Trek Section 31?
No.
Yeah, it looks like a pile of shite,
doesn't it?
I know.
Terrible.
I've always thought it's going to be crap.
Yeah,
but it actually does look crap.
January the 25th, and it's the
24th.
First Federation.
But this is set in the. This is going to be set in the future, yes? Or
She went back, didn't she? She went back.
I heard.
So that explains why the half white, half black person is still there.
No, but I think it's set after the original series movies, but before the Next Generation, because Rachel Garrett is in it, who was the captain of the Enterprise C when she was younger.
Oh, okay.
So it's before her being on the Enterprise C as the captain. So it's probably about 30 years after the end of the TOS movies, I would assume.
So is she not going back to her own universe then to reclaim
her?
No,
I don't know. I think she's the most detestable, awful character.
Because in the future.
She's a horrible character. I mean, honestly, I don't think she's a very good actress myself, personally. I know I'm in a minority, but I don't understand why. It's either him or Ming-Hua Na Wen are like the go-to Oriental female characters of the world at the moment. But I just, this character, this Giorgio, whatever it is, she's bloody horrible.
It's the character.
It's just rubbish.
I hate the character.
But as is she not? Because in the future, her universe had moved so far away.
Yeah, but she went through the Guardian of the.
Yeah, she went through the Guardian, so she's gone back.
Yeah.
So can't she cross over now?
I don't know. I thought that she went back in the Guardian forever back.
But I've heard that the First Federation are going to be in it.
Oh, not heard that. The First
I've
Federation.
The picture. Yeah.
I don't know. Look, it looks like a steaming pile of shite. It looks terrible.
You remember that first? I think they're in it. Yeah.
But given where you're saying it's set, how is the half white, half black guy still there?
They were the last two people. They were the last two people alive.
Yeah, but he was 50,000 years old. He followed him across the galaxy for 50,000 years.
No, but he died in the TOS era.
Yeah. They were already dead by then. Their whole planet was wiped out.
They were gone. They were the last two.
There were two of them left.
Or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, Commissioner Summit and Loki, and maybe it's one of them.
Oh.
Maybe they made friends and got married or something,
Oh.
and they had a little one, and
A little bit
he
of crying along the way, a little bit
yeah,
of
and
whispering.
he joined Starfleet and became an officer under Captain. Who's that? Who's that
No.
captain?
Well,
Well, all right. I'm just
it's
saying.
going to be. Look, it looks like
Right,
the
go on.
least Star Trek thing that's ever been made. It looks as cheesy as hell. It looks stupid, gimmicky one-liners. Philippa Georgiou, as we've already said, but nobody's a big fan of her anyway. I don't know why they keep bringing her back because she's not that. It's not. The character's just not likable. So yeah, we've got that to look forward to in a month's time, guys. So we'll have to review that.
So what about Doctor Who and Davros? Has he got 8 legs? Is this right?
Oh.
What?
What?
Well, have you not? Well, apparently Davros is going to have 8 legs in Doctor Who.
Yeah, I think people are just somebody's just pulling your plot there. I think.
No, it was on. It was online. It was on one of the
It was online.
magazines.
Oh, it must be
Apparently,
true.
I'm not saying. I'm not, it was on the Facebook.
That's it, Martin. That's it. Is that the scoop for the Solar One?
No, seriously, that Davros is going to have multiple legs because they can't have him in the Davros chair anymore because it's offensive.
No, I don't think that's. I'm sorry.
It hasn't actually offended anybody ever, but yeah.
No, but they think it has, but it hasn't. But they
RTD, yeah, I know RTD seems to think it is, but it's not actually offended anybody.
But is Davros the big baddie in Christmas Day episode?
No,
He won't be the baddie anymore.
It's a
He won't be the
hotel.
baddie anymore.
It's a time traveling hotel
right.
or something.
Well, it must be next series then. I read this article. It's one of the respected sci-fi. They said he's going to have a load of legs now. They're going to change him round, yeah.
He's going to have a load of
I
legs.
feel somebody is just being.
I'll find the
sarcastic.
answer. No, it's from an article.
What, robotic legs? What is he? Is he going to be like a
I
cyborg?
don't know. Said he was going to be like he's got this like spider body or something. I don't know.
So he's not going to be disabled
Because
anymore. He's offensive.
he's
He's
not-
going to be an
no,
actual
because-
mutant.
He has a change, but they won't use him in that now because it's offensive. But
So is he
we all
gonna have-
think it's offensive.
Is he going to look the same with the one blue eye? and a
I
bit of-
don't. Well, no,
Oh,
think
Martin, honestly,
probably look like last time.
if this happens right, I'm going to play this back in a future episode and say, Martin, we're not worthy. You were so right. You told us something exclusive. Back
All
in-
right,
I
I'm
like-
saying.
I think that's a
saying,
load of
right?
bollocks. But there you go.
I'll send you the article when I find it. Okay?
Yes, yes.
Right.
That's what we need
Oh
to see.
yes, and I did send a link. Eagle Moss are releasing Stargate ships.
I saw that. I saw that.
I
Yeah.
sent them to you. I sent it to you both.
Are the Eagle Moss? I've heard mixed reviews on Eagle Moss things. Some people say they're good. Some people say they're nonsense.
No.
I remember the Eagle Moss 20th anniversary TARDIS console that only has 5 stars instead of 6. Really annoyed people.
Yeah, they are that annoyed people. Yeah.
Yeah, but did you remember the Stargate pyramid ships with the wrong angles for the landing platforms?
There were supposed to
Oh,
be
were there?
four. There were supposed to be 4-sided pyramids and landing on a square platform, and then the Hatak vessels were only 3-sided. The base was only 3-sided. Did you ever
Well,
know
they
that?
got that.
I didn't think
they
the
got that
Hatak ones
wrong,
actually
didn't they?
landed because we never really saw them land. We only ever
We
see
did.
them
No, we
land
did
in
see
the
them
film.
land. We
Oh,
did
one
see them
episode.
occasionally.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did.
The son of Apophis or something. Was the son of Ra when he invaded that planet.
What, Chlorel?
What
No, it's the son of Apophis.
No, son of Ra, and then the Asgard turned up and beamed all the pyramid ships away.
Heroa? I can't remember all the characters.
It might have been
Heroa,
one of them.
Ra, whatever. I love Stargate. I've been watching actually some episodes. I watched the Time Loop episodes. Is it Window of Opportunity? I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a great episode.
Love it.
Great.
It's so funny.
See, there are so many things that Stargate do. Like, I don't like Mirror or Evil Twin episodes. I'm not a big fan of clip shows. The whole kind of time loop thing, but Stargate did every one of them brilliantly.
Yeah.
They were a masterclass on doing those kind of
they did.
episodes. It was brilliant. They knew how to keep the drama and the humor evenly mixed. It was brilliant. The episode with what was them Homer Simpson in it, where he's got the Ron Rock.
Oh, he's got the stone.
He's been
Isn't he?
listening to O'Neill for like 12 years and all that. That was brilliant. That was a genius episode.
Yeah. I'm amazed as to how good that show is.
Well,
Right up to the punchline at the end, where you find out that O'Neill's been listening to him as well. He just never said anything.
I have the big question, Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Okay.
Are we going to discuss anything about it yet? Or
We
are
can
gonna wait
discuss
until
the
it
first two
continues?
episodes.
Talk about what we've seen.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that.
Yeah.
As you brought it up, Martin, what do you think about it so far then?
I hadn't got any issues with it. I'd actually quite enjoy. I watched it, and I went in with an acolyte attitude.
Oh well, yeah, but do you know what? right?
And I was surprised. I mean, it's only 2 episodes, but I found it very Goonies.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
A
though.
feel to Star Wars.
Amblin.
I like the middle class suburban planet where everybody lived, and the life there. Yeah, so far, I didn't have a problem with it. I really enjoyed it. And well, till this week's episode, I don't know, but it's got off to a good start. Let's say that.
All right.
Okay, how about you, Malcolm?
My only gripe, and it's a really minor personal gripe, is Long John Silver robot. I know every episode of Star Wars has to have a dopey fucking stupid robot in it, and they just get worse with every series they come out with. And now we've got like he's got like a peg leg and one eye, and
the mouse.
it's just like
Instead of a parrot, he's
yeah.
got a mouse.
Yeah.
isn't he? Yeah.
That does my head in.
And one thing, the Elephant Kid, that prosthetic looks shit.
Well, Star Wars has always been shit at alien makeup, right, since the very first film.
God,
They've never been anything close to what Star Trek can do.
I mean,
characters.
I think he'd be fired out of an airlock accidentally.
Did you hear that the ratings have been really bad for it? Apparently, it's not even the top
Wow.
20. Yeah, it's just been
I would
released.
imagine that's because people have just stayed away after how
Yeah,
that's the
I think
acolyte effect.
there's
People have
too
just gone,
much-
oh, fuck Star Wars, fuck
Yeah,
Disney,
I think people
fuck
are like,
Marvel,
I can't be bothered after that. After they had all these
The 2 things that damaged Star Wars was just that awful bloody film they made, which damaged Solo.
Which one?
I forgot what it called. After in the new trilogy, the second one.
Last Jedi.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Yeah, where they use bombers on a Star Destroyer or whatever. It's just shite. That damaged Solo, and then Acolyte has damaged a lot of TV stuff now because the Akashite it was terrible. But I think going in with a bad attitude with this, so far it's had a good start.
Casting is no problems with the cast. They're very, very good.
Yeah.
Elephant Kid annoyed me. I thought they should have CGI'd the elephant head, and then I wouldn't have had a problem because I kept seeing creases in fucking prosthetic.
Yeah, but like you said, as Malcolm
but
said,
all right.
we've always had that in Star Wars. The makeup's never been anything
Yeah,
like Michael
that's
Western or
right.
Star Trek or anything like that. They just don't do as good.
I did like Jude. I knew it was Jude Law who was captain of them, and they all deposed him. It was obviously that was Jude Law.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Dude,
Yeah.
Do we think Jude Law is going to be the airlocked guy at the beginning, or do you think that's just a random guy that they airlocked just because how they did that opening? Obviously, it was a massive parody of A New Hope's opening.
Yeah,
You know,
That's
sort of
right,
like
yeah.
right up to the guy, but then rather than him being the big boss, they then kill him just to show they're
But
pirates.
yeah,
They're not, you know.
yeah, but he could have took all them out with the Jedi Knight. He could have took them all out.
So maybe it's not him then. Maybe it was literally we're going to kill our leader just to show that we're not the Empire.
And we don't know if he is a Jedi. He just has Force powers. We don't know whether he is a proper Jedi.
I think he is a Jedi. I read.
But
I've
here's the
seen
thing.
a picture
Surely,
of him in a Jedi.
surely there must be loads of Force users in the universe that the Jedi or the Sith never found. But surely they can train themselves. They can do stuff and all that. They won't be trained in exactly the same way. But they must still all know that they can do weird shit and learn and practice how to do it.
I'm going to let you into the big reveal. There's the Star Wars series called X Wars coming with Professor Jedi X, who recruits Force users and creates the X Force. And they're like X Force, X-Men, warrior Jedi people. I've made all that up.
Is this info from the same site that you saw the Davros?
It could be, yeah. It could be, yeah.
He's in it.
I mean, for sure, they are mutants, aren't they? Like the X-Men, aren't they? You know, telekinetic powers and you know,
Well,
with a
I
bit
was
of
just going to say
mysticism.
I did like Skeleton Crew as well. I think it was a pretty good start. You know, I think for me, it's Star Wars is in a really weird situation now because the TV shows are just not working for the ratings. They're just people aren't watching it anymore, and so obviously
And they're going to
we've
try
got-
and revive it with 3 more Ray films. Come on! I
I
thought
know.
the Skywalker
I
storyline
thought
was
they were
done.
dropping. I thought they were dropping them.
No,
I
everything
don't
I've seen
know.
They
says
are.
they're
They
going for
are.
it.
They are going ahead with it then now.
as
Everything
far as
I've
I
seen
know,
says they
yeah.
are.
I think Andor season 2 is going to be a turning point for the Star Wars thing.
Yeah, but you
I
and
think-
but although we warmed to it, Martin, you know you weren't a big fan of it, and I wasn't either.
No one, but I did take your advice and I did watch it a second
It's
time.
much better
and
on the
I
second
enjoyed
watch.
it.
Yeah, I
I
prefer
have
it
to
on second.
agree with that. Still got its flaws, but I saw a lot more in it the second time. I won't deny that.
I like Star Wars to be faster paced. I think that's the problem with it. It's 12 episodes, and there's too many scenes with Mon Mothma in that shot with the other guy Chakna, and then
Yeah,
you've
but
got
I quite like that. I think those were the best scenes. I think that we wanted
Yep.
more of that. Not so much them standing around talking, but more of how the
How it's all
rebellion
been
was
set.
formed, how
Yeah,
it started, how it
the
began.
politics and
You know?
and the money and yeah.
See, Andor should have been a secondary character. He's just a footman. He's a cannon fodder for the thing. All he did Ray recruited him to help get the Death Star plans back. But before that, he was fucking nobody.
yeah, that's
I want
what
to
I
see
mean.
more of them and more of Forrest Whitaker's.
Skellen
fucking character.
Skarsgård, him, the shopper, he were
Yeah.
bringing everybody. It should
Yeah,
have been
yeah.
about him.
Should have been about him.
Because
Yeah, he's going to get killed off, isn't he? He'll get killed off. obviously.
Yeah, he probably will. Vader will get him.
Oh, I don't
You
want
know.
to see Vader and stuff. I don't know. I mean, anyway,
might.
that's next year. That's next year anyway. And actually, Forrest Whitaker's in that. He's actually in the film that we're going to be reviewing.
Arrival.
It's a nice little link there. So there we go. Any other news before we go into our focus of the week?
No, Twilight Zone. I watched the old '60s Night of the Meek,
Mm-hmm.
but I couldn't find a copy of the '80s one. So I
Okay,
haven't seen that one yet.
I know where to. I can let you see that one. Yeah, the Night of the Meek. I mean, I think you told me, Michael, that they actually. I just assumed it was the '80s one was the only one. I didn't know it had an original version of it.
Which
very similar
leads me to
story.
think, how many more of those '80s
That's what I'm
episodes are
wondering.
remakes?
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah, a lot of the 80s series did remake the 60s one. A lot of the episodes.
yeah.
Have you ever seen any of the
remakes.
modern ones that are written by Key and Peele? There's two.
Are
black
you on
comedians.
about the ones that released a couple of years ago? The hour-long
Well,
one?
yeah. I mean, I think there's a new one this year. I think they've done 3 or 4
They've
series.
made
of them.
4 versions, and the one I think you're talking about was a Paramount Plus one from about 2 years ago.
I think so. I
Yeah.
wasn't impressed with that.
And
Which
it
I've
was-
seen about 3 episodes of. And
Did you
yeah,
see
they
their
weren't bad.
version of Nightmare on 70,000 feet? Whatever it is, the one with the airplane with the.
Yeah.
Because that was terrible.
Which leads,
Yeah.
well, that particular scene, the old William Shatner one, leads to one of the greatest gags ever in Third Rock from the Sun. Because obviously, when they made the Twilight Zone movie, they remade that with John Lithgow.
That's right.
And then in Third
Yep.
Rock from the Sun, John Lithgow is obviously an alien. And when the big
Yep.
head comes, the big head is
The-
William
yep.
Shatner. And when he gets off the plane, he says, "How was your flight?" He goes, "I don't know. I saw something on the wing." And he goes, "I saw that too." Which is the greatest gag. So many people didn't get that. It was just
We,
brilliant.
saw that. I never saw
we
that.
should cover Third Rock from the
I need to
Sun.
watch
I'm
that.
a
I've
big
got
fan of
it,
that.
I think, but I need to rewatch that. I don't.
Very
remember very
good.
well. Yeah, I like comedy science fiction as well when it works. Not Avenue 5 though, which was shite.
Remember that?
Yeah,
We never reviewed
yeah.
that, did we?
I 2 seasons.
I think it was
is
2
that all they
seasons.
got?
With, what's his face?
Was that the one with Hugh Laurie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Is that what I'm thinking?
I
Yeah,
dropped
never saw it.
out. I dropped out.
Never
after
saw it.
season 1.
it wasn't funny.
And the other one, Space Force, I wrote that off as well.
Oh, with
Space Force, I quite liked. I mean, I'm a
I
big
liked the
Steve
first
Carell fan.
season.
It had funny
Yeah.
bits in it.
Yeah.
I like Steve Carell, but I need to watch that as well. I think I only saw half of that. So, okay, guys, let's go into our focus of the week because we're going to make this a bit of a shorter one tonight, and we're going to talk about this film. So here we go.
It's the
Solar Sci-Fi.
focus of the week.
Right, this is so we're talking about The Arrival from 2016, which I haven't seen for quite a long time, but I gave it a rewatch for this review. I suggested it last week, and you all said, "Yeah, let's go for it." So who wants to start talking about this one? General opinion about it first of all. First impressions, Malcolm.
So yeah, when I first saw this, it was maybe 2 years ago, and I was round somebody else's house. It was on TV, and for reasons I won't go into, it was Polish with subtitles, and I didn't really watch much of it, but I got a bit of a gist of it, which is why I made a point of watching it again. And I love the idea of it. I love this linguist idea of having to figure out a completely different language. One of my all-time favourite Star Trek episodes is Darmok.
Angela,
with the children of
another,
Tamar.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, the translator
Metaphor.
can translate the words, but not the meaning, not the sentence structure, and they're knackered. And then there's a beautiful scene at the end where Picard just strolls on the bridge and talks to them because he's figured it out, which I think is one of his greatest ever moments. And this was very much the same. I like the fact it kept jumping to the point where it starts with her trying to figure it out, and then by the end of it, she can literally read everything they put on the screen.
Yeah,
and then I kind of got caught up with the fact that the bit with her daughter was in the past, not the future, and what have you. I don't know if that was how it was supposed to be a twisty reveal for the end.
Yeah,
but like you were always supposed to think that was in the past, but really it's in the future. And all that. But yeah, no, it's a great film.
It's supposed to be the aliens' perception of time. It was like the bit like the prophets from DS9.
They have
a non-linear existence.
Non-linear.
And so they're seeing the past, the present, and the future all together.
Yeah,
and I think that's how about you, Martin?
They come back because something in the future that we're needed for, and they have to start the chain of events that runs into the future. That there's something where we're involved way in the future.
3,000 years in the future.
They have to come back to put us on that track for that event to happen.
Which is clever.
The film is genius. Absolute genius.
Yeah.
And the communication thing with the circles and
I loved it.
And that was
really
brilliant.
good.
I've seen it 5-6 times. This film's up there with Contact. Mm-hmm. For me, it's one of the best alien contact movies going. Interstellar was shit compared to this. It was shit.
We reviewed that. I thought you quite liked it in a review.
I liked parts. It was just the whole thing with the bookstore.
Oh, that's right. You hated the library at the end, didn't you? That's right. Yeah.
But Arrival,
Deanna Troy with the jukebox and all that, and what's his name, Zephram Cochrane. That's not your favourite First Contact film, no.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think that, as you both said, although again with all these films, there's always going to be parallels with other films, but the idea of the way that they communicate and the fact that they're only here just to make their future work with humanity was very clever, because they're so, it starts off with there's no communication at all, and they have to be carried up into the ship, and it's just like these sort of like legs of them, and you can't even see the whole structures, and it was good. What do you think about the acting from all the people involved with it? Do you think it's very well acted? Obviously, Forrest Whitaker's in it as
Amy Adams. Amy Adams.
I think so. I should get a list actually.
Yeah. Amy Adams.
Yeah.
And
I found it.
I forget Hawkeye's name. Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, I found it. Yeah, Lois Lane and Hawkeye and
Hawkeye. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah,
and I found the acting very good. Anything Forrest Whitaker's in is great.
Yeah,
I liked him in. Did you ever see Body Snatchers, the third version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers? Forrest Whitaker's in that. If you look, because that's one of my favorite ever films, and they made a third version. They made a fourth version, which is shite. But the third one, Forrest Whitaker is general on an army base, and it's starting to be taken over by the pod people, and he's really good in that, and he's just trying to stay awake. That's another one you two should check out and review with me at some point.
I don't think I've seen that one.
No, I think I told you about that, Martin, years ago. And
I know we reviewed
you'd have to watch all 4 films.
I remember we reviewed one. It was set on a military base.
That's the one.
Oh, right. Okay, right.
Sorry, Malcolm. What were you saying before that, mate?
I said if you're going to do something Invasion of the Body Snatchers, you have to do all 4 films and compare them in the review. And it might be a lot to watch all 4 of them in the same week.
I'd be up for that. I'd be up for that. The 1978 version is my favourite, and then then it was the 50s one, and then it'd be Body Snatchers, and then the one with Daniel Craig is in it. in it's just called Invasion, and it's shite. It's terrible. Anyway,
It wasn't the one with Nicole Kidman.
yeah, I think it's Nicole Kidman. Yeah, it was really awful.
That was
It was
terrible. That.
That was the worst.
But
thing.
this thing of Arrival with the actor, just the set piece at the beginning when they're in their suits with the heavy breathing and all that. So no like incidental background music or anything. Just the breathing of the thing. It's just a great way of showing how nervous and how scared they are going on there. It's very atmosphere building. It's quite a clever move from the director to do it, just to put them in the suits, just so you can get that kind of breathing, so you can see that they're when something shocks at them, you can hear the breathing. It's a very effective way of doing it.
It's nice to get intelligent movies like this, like Arrival,
when
The
you finish the
Martian.
film. When you finish the film, you have to reinterpret it and get your perspective with it.
Yeah,
That's always
The Martian, Contact, even I'm going to say Interstellar. It is them type of films. They all stem from 2001. They're all
Inception's another good one.
Inception.
I love Inception.
It's all high-end science, very intellectual.
That's
science
another one we got to
fiction.
review actually. Inception at some point.
Yeah.
That's a good film as well.
I think I started to watch it and then I turned it off, not because I wasn't into it, but something else came up and I had to leave, and I've never gone back and watched it.
Oh,
again.
you should check that out. It's very very solid.
Inception reminded me of Dark City in some ways as well.
I don't know.
Have you seen Dark City with Mark Hamill, where they changed reality by thinking about it?
No.
That's one to check out.
All right, I'll put it on the list.
So obviously,
This is directed by Denis Villeneuve, I think it is. I can't pronounce his name. It was released in 2016. It's got an IMDb rating of 7.9, which is pretty good. I don't know how well it did in the box office, whether it was actually pretty successful or not. I mean, obviously, there's never been a sequel, but then you can't really make a sequel because they're non-linear. No. He had a budget of 47 million, and gross. He made 100 million in US and Canada, and worldwide 212. So it made its money back by the looks of it. I think it's not massive with all the advertising, but it did quite well. And it was obviously an hour and 56 minutes. It wasn't too long a film. It was about the right length. The way it went, and it's another one of those films that when you watch it once, you need to rewatch it again to get all the aspects of the fact that the past, present, and the future, you perceive it in a way which isn't actually quite right. And it's kind of like, it's a bit confusing. You have to think it through and work it out. No, I think it was a very, very good film. I don't know how well, I mean, how did you both come across it? Obviously, you mentioned, Malcolm, you saw it in Poland or in Polish or whatever it was. Martin, were you aware of it when it was released, or how did you come across it?
I went to cinema to see
Oh, you actually saw it in cinema?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. You tend to watch a lot of films that come out of cinema, which is good.
Certain ones, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, but no, I think it's certainly a good film. I mean, how we got? We've got 5 minutes left before the dreaded Zoom sort of wraps. So shall we ask the usual question? Who would have it on their shelves at home?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's a film I'd watch all the time, but I would definitely watch it, every few years.
Yeah, I'm like that. I mean, I probably like to watch it again in about 2 or 3 years' time.
Films like that, like Contact and The Martian and stuff. I like every couple of years. I like to put it on and watch it, and you re-engage with it really well. And The Arrival's one of them films. Definitely.
And how about ratings? What would you rate it out of 10?
Let's ask Malcolm first.
I think 8 out of 10. I reckon.
Okay.
Not only losing 2 points just because I need to leave a couple of points for films I think about. I think this film's brilliant. I think it's an absolute genius, but there's other films out there I want to give a higher rating to. So I've got to leave myself a little gap there.
I reckon Martin's going to be higher. What are you going to say, Martin?
No, actually, it will be an 8, yeah.
Because I would say an 8 as well. I was about to agree with Malcolm before you said. I like it, but there are films which are similar, which just have a slightly higher level.
If it came to that or Contact, I'd put Contact over.
I need to rewatch Contact. It's not one of those films that I saw ages ago.
Is that Jodie Foster?
Yeah. It's one of my all-time favourite films. Is that?
Is that a Michael Crichton book?
I think so. I think it is.
I
Yeah.
think it
Because
is.
I might have read the book but not seen the film.
Okay, well maybe next year
Yeah.
On the list. I'll need to rewatch that as well. But
all right, guys. That's pretty much it. I think. So we are hopefully going to be squeezing in one more episode for this year. It's going to be based on the Night of the Meek, 2 versions of Christmas Twilight Zone episode. We always try to think of doing Select Sci-Fi Christmas, which isn't always the easiest thing, but we've come across with this, so it should be interesting. Martin might be doing things in a slightly different setup when we do this next week.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
That's fine. That should be good. I think what I'll do this week is I'll share something quite funny. I always do AI personality voices at the beginning intros of the episodes because I like doing sad things like that. And I found an AI voice of Samuel L. Jackson, right? And what you do is you obviously text in the thing and then it reads it back, and then I can take the audio off and mix it in with the jingle. The software I used, it didn't like it. It didn't happen at all. Eventually I did it because at the beginning of this episode, you would have heard said jingle. But I'm going to show you a bit of behind the scenes of me trying to get him just to say, it's the Solar One Sci-Fi podcast. On one bit, he sounds like he turns into a cat or something. It's really, really funny. So I'll leave you to think about that. There was nothing to do with me. You could see that it's literally just not reading back and pronouncing the stuff. So a bit sad, but there we go. Okay, guys, have a nice week. We'll see you next week, and take care, and we'll see you then on the Solar One Sci-Fi podcast.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
Like my t-shirt as well. The card, make it so. Bye, guys.
It's someone. Sci-Fi. I find what keeps torching with chess. I'm just only one sci-fi baby chest. But someone. Why? Oh, five podcast. Born testify. BY. Goodbye.
They guide the way on the Solar One Sci-Fi podcast, where sci-fi holds